Hey, y'all. It is Casey Hope, and we are back with another 10-minute challenge. So, today I want to show you how to use oil pastels with watercolor. And again, we are going to do this in 10 minutes or less because I love showing you how you can take just a little bit of time and pull out those supplies, set your timer for 10 minutes, and you can have peace and play. There are so many benefits and joy and fun and less stress and all the things when you sit down and create. Yet, even though we know it has all those benefits, we still hear y'all say, I don't have time, I don't have time, I don't have time. So we are here to show you, yes, you do have time. If you got 10 minutes, I'll show you how to use your 10 minutes to create some or to make some space for some peace and play in your everyday with using your art. All right, so today our supplies are going to be watercolor paper. So we do want watercolor paper when you are using watercolor. I'm using a whole bunch of just oil pastels. This is just the Crayola brand. Okay, so I got the Crayola oil pastels. I've got a whole palette here of different colors to use. Oil pastels are not the same as chalk pastels, so make sure for this technique, it's oil pastels. Chalk pastels do not resist water. They're very chalky. These will resist water, which is why we're going to use them for our or with our watercolor. I've got my watercolors, got a pencil, and I've got just a brush and water. All right, so those are our supplies. Let me take myself out of this and I will lower everything right on down. You may see on our desk just some of these other cards. This is this month's Paint and Praise. We've got a Paint and Praise membership, and this is what we're focusing on this month over there. So we will link the link to that. So if you're interested in learning some of these hand lettering and watercolor card techniques, we'll put the link there in our in the notes down here. All right. So here we go. I don't have an official timer today. We will pop one up on the screen. Well, we actually probably won't pop one up on the screen. So I'm just going to have to look at what time it is right now. All right, so I'm going to set this kind of right next to here. And let's go. Here we go. I'm looking at the clock. I'm going to start. This is just a window, an open window with a flower box, overflowing. This is just a fun thing to do. We like to show you cards or just nice pieces to just put around, or really just even in your sketchbook. It's fun just to paint sometimes with no major purpose other than to just paint. So I'm going to do a rectangle first for the windows. Then a few rectangles over here on the side for the shutters. And I'm definitely not trying to be perfect. I'm not breaking out a ruler and doing anything like that. I'm going to put a little top up here. So we got another rectangle. Okay, got a lot of shapes happening. Rectangle, rectangle, rectangle. Then down here, actually, before I come to the flowers, let's go back to the shutters and go ahead and do 3 rectangles in those shutters as well. Just very loose and quick. Remember, we're not going for perfection. We are just creating in a small amount of time in 10 minutes. All right, so now I'm going to just very lightly do 2 lines down. This is going to be the panes of the windows, and then just going to start coming across, and no certain number really of how many. But I'm doing it very lightly. Then for this window box, you're not actually going to see the box. Let's just draw kind of shape. I know I want there to be some greenery kind of trailing out in some areas. And I know I want some flowers kind of coming up. So I'm just doing just very basic shape right here, okay? Not drawing really anything, just getting the size of where I want things to be. Now, I know this is light. I will pull it down even closer. And let's get going now with adding our oil pastels first. So I'm going to take this white oil pastel, and it's kind of a dirty white, so that's where you can, but it is white. And I'm pressing down pretty hard. I want this to repel when I paint the background on that. I want this to stay white. So I'm pressing down pretty hard so that it repels everything. And then I'm going to get just a little bit of a little bit of other colors and start throwing it into different places. So going to come at the top, going to come randomly around some places in the shutters. And what happens is this is just going to be kind of like an accent. You can see here that you see the oil pastels. When you paint over it, this just repels it and it's just another layer color. So I'm not putting any more on the windows. I'm just going to be on the shutters now. Just putting little bits here and there. We've got another shade of purple oil pastel. And I want everything to be kind of have a loose feel. So I'm not trying for anything to be too tight. Now, down here, I'm going to do a lot of the greenery with my oil pastels, and it's just going to be kind of scribble. It's going to be like, okay, there's flowing greenery out here. And then in here, there would still be some greenery, but I'm going to be putting some flowers too. But if I were to be painting this green first and then adding the flowers in, I would need to wait for it to dry. Where in this case, I'm just going to add the color right in the middle. I'm going to add a little bit of the darker green kind of along with it. And I think I'm about ready for painting. All right, so I've got several different size brushes here. And I am using just my Koi Travel Sakura watercolors. I'm not saying that these are the kind you have to use. They are just the kind that are easy for me to grab. And when I'm looking at my time, it looks like we are at about 5-ish minutes. So I want you to be able to see all the things here. So let me adjust a few things. Okay. All right, so I'm going to use one of the bigger brushes and just kind of lay on some of the yellow in the window. And of course, the window would be reflecting all kinds of different things. So I'm going to do not just one color. This is a lot more pigmented than when I just did it over here. And I'm using the same colors. What that means is I probably have less, or I had more water on my brush over here. Okay, so just kind of a few colors back there that would be reflecting. But do you see how you see those panes? You see the window panes because we did them with the oil pastel, which is now resisting. Now let's see on the shutters. I'm going to take that blue, put just a little bit in. And then because it's so dark, I'm going to come and just with water kind of fade it out. I might even pick some of this up and come over here. I can go right on top of the oil pastel. But yeah, if you love doing these little videos with us, I'm going to mix a little bit of red and white for a little bit of the pink. We do encourage you to check out our some of our membership store. We can teach more than just 10 minutes. You get a little bit longer, a little bit more in depth. In the Paint and Praise membership, like I was saying, this month we are doing card making, but you might watch this in a month before this is passed and there's a new project. But we will still have those links for you so that you can check out what project it is this month. All right, now I'm going to come to the purple and I'm just going to kind of be throwing in some color down here. I want this to look like there's some flowers in this flower bed. And so I'm just doing dabs of color. So I've done some purple. I might throw in a little bit of this orange in a few places. I'm going to hit this with the blow dryer to make sure this is dry before I add in the red because I don't want it to bleed into the windows, like into the background. I want it to look like flowers right there on top. Okay, and so then with the red, I'll just kind of I've got my shape. Oh, that does not look red. Just kind of giving. Just kind of using the tip of my brush and not doing anything perfect by any means, just kind of touching and scribbling, touching and scribbling. If there's more color that needs to be filled in down here, I'll just add that. And then also you can come back into this after, even when it's wet. Like right now, I'm thinking I kind of want a little more definition. So I'm going to take this, this oil pastel and just a little bit on some of these. But pretty much I'm done. All right. And I'm looking at the time and it's like 9 minutes, I think. And so we did this in less than 10 minutes. We busted out our watercolors, our oil pastels, and we did a pretty little picture that can just be for fun. It can be on the front of a card. It can be so many different uses, but it's fun just to play with new supplies and all the things. So here is the deal. Let me pull this back up. We like giving prizes. We do it inside of our membership. It's fun to do. So if you are watching this, the way you can enter to win is all you gotta do is comment, like this video, and make sure you are subscribed to this channel. Okay, those 3 things: make sure you're subscribed, like it, and then leave a comment. And then every month Kaylee goes through and she picks out a few winners and she sends you a little fun thing from our stash. So be sure to let us know that you're watching it. And if you do this project, hey, we would love to see it. If you can post it or tag us or anything, we'd love to see what you're doing. All right, y'all, that is it for today. It was another fun, less than 10-minute paint and, or I'm forgetting all the words. Less than 10 minutes. What is it? It's not paint and praise. Peace and play. Peace and play. Peace and play. So yeah, we all need a little more peace and play in our everyday. All right, y'all, that's it for now. See ya.